What's going on, podcast people? This is the D&E podcast. I'm nkrudi, lead the friend group. I'm here with my friends and co-hosts, Raquan and Jahmar. Say what's good?
What's good? What's good?
I'm here. That's gonna be my intro from here on out. That's gonna be my intro. We have a special guest on today.
What's up? Ricky. Musician name is Devereaux, but really just go by Ricky. I was kind of like forced into choosing a musician name.
Yeah.
Thought it was kind of strange, but like it's marketing. As far as a little bit of background is concerned, like I knew all you guys since when, like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
Just been in the area my whole life pretty much. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Before we get to any more questions, I just want to, for all the people who are listening and watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the notification bell because YouTube always doesn't recommend when we upload all of our audio listeners on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Make sure you subscribe also. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and our Clips channel also on YouTube. Yeah, right? That's all?
That's everything.
Yeah. How'd you come up with that name?
Devereaux?
Yeah.
All right, so for a long time, I just went by Ricky, like as far as like my musician name was concerned.
Yeah.
But some of my friends that also do music full time were like, you need like an artist name. And I didn't really get it, but I'm like, whatever, let me just rock with it. So tried a bunch of different names. They all just weren't sticking. Like I didn't like the way they sounded back to me. Then I was watching Golden Girls one day. You know, with the Betty White joint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know that show?
No.
One of the characters her last name is Devereaux. And I was like, you know what, that sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna run with it. It's a French word, so I did my little Google Translate to make sure it wasn't no offensive term or nothing. But I'm like, cool, it worked. And it rolls off the tongue well. It means like river or something like that. It has to do with like water.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, as long as it's not offensive, like I'm gonna rock with it because it sounds cool to me. So
When did you choose that name?
maybe a year ago at this point. Yeah. It's been about a year.
How long have you been doing? Because I know you used to do what was the band you were in? Boys Night Out.
So many.
That was a long time ago.
Man, I played in so many little like teen pop bands growing up, and like looking back on it now, it's like super cringy, but it like helped me build the foundation for like music production that I do now. So like when I look back on it, I'm like, you know what, do cringe a little bit, but it was worth it. So technically speaking, I've been doing music since I was like 5. About to be 24 now, so it's literally been 2 decades of just music. But I started taking it seriously probably when the pandemic started. Production here and there, downloaded some of the production software and just started messing around. And a lot of us are like work remote, so I had like that extra downtime, throughout the day when I was working to just mess around, with Logic or FL Studio, which are like software programs for music. And then eventually, became a thing where I'm like, okay, I can kind of like do this, proficiently and, make full like bodies of work from start to finish. So I will say seriously, probably about 2 years now.
Okay. So I know we was talking about it before the podcast, but if you can explain to like the people, what type of music do you like to produce, or do you produce?
Honestly, like nothing's off limits. I think when I started, it was a little bit of like hip hop and trap stuff, but that's like a super like overly saturated industry. And I think there's already so many trap producers I can think of off the top of my head. So I'm like, how am I going to differentiate myself or like do music that I really feel like aligns with my interests? So now I've been leaning more towards like the house, like Afrobeat, like I'm a piano genres. So, nothing's off limits, but it's really been more like the clubby type stuff as opposed to like hip hop. Yeah. Which is where I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you want to perform anywhere? You want to do like a Morristown performance, or like do you not really care where you first perform?
That'd be tough.
Yeah, honestly, like anywhere I can receive some support and some love, like I'm down to perform. I started just producing at first. So like I had no idea how to DJ. But I'm like, you know what, how am I going to differentiate myself again or get my music out there? And it's through live performance. So purchased some like really cheap, like rudimentary DJ software, and then just started kind of like teaching myself like with YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. So I think I'm at the point where I can perform my stuff live now, but I'm definitely more of a producer than I am a DJ.
Yeah. So you have like nowhere where you want to like perform for your first time? It's kind of just wherever? As
far as the immediate area is concerned, no. I think I've been more so concerned with like getting people to listen to my stuff like through like streaming services. But as soon as that starts to pick up a little bit, which it has been, I'd be willing to go anywhere, So
Yeah.
no specific place, but definitely like somewhere in the tri-state area first, and then branch out.
Okay. So like the end goal, is it like since you do produce beats and everything like that, is the end goal where you want to be someone where you produce beats for like artists, or you just want to have it where it's like a DJ Khaled type of thing, or do you want to have it where you just produce songs, or both?
Yeah, I think when it comes to production, you kind of need to be like a jack of all trades. So you need to be able to make music for an artist that maybe can't produce himself, but then you also should be able to make bodies of work that you can call your own as well. Because if you produce for an artist, it doesn't go under your name. Like you get the writing credits, but like you know, such and such song by John Legend. It doesn't say like the producer next to his name. It doesn't say, you know, whoever else is on the team. They're in the writing credits, but I want to have stuff where it's like boom and then, you know, by Devereraux.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like the only way that they would actually know is what they just like how some songs have whatever, like you did crazy with this one, or you know what I mean?
Producer tag, I wasn't into those at first either, but then I started doing like little just tags here and there, like a little whisper or something that could like you put a tag on it that someone lets them know that it's mine. But I've never been big on like blowing a song up with producer tags because I don't like when people do that because it kind of takes away from the song itself. Yeah.
So you think it's like a little tacky?
To some extent, but some people make it work. Like I love the Pierre Bourne.
That was tough.
Yeah.
You said something about the piano, like you're using piano, I guess, to make your beats and stuff. Like you play you play the piano with more instruments?
Yeah, so I started off just playing the piano. You remember Boys Night Out with some of my friends that I grew up with, and I was just playing strictly keys in the band, do a little bit of background vocals, but I'm not much of a singer. So I just kind of use piano in my production now. Like I don't plan on ever playing like a live instrument again because I don't think I'm a good enough player, but I am good enough to, you know, come up with melodies or like chord progressions that I can just translate, you know, into like the digital aspect of music and then just kind of make it into a full body of work. So yeah, piano has kind of led me to production. It's been a good like starting point.
That's the only instrument you played on?
Yeah, I mean I can mess around on drums a little bit, but as far as like what I can actually play, it's just piano.
How does that process even work? Like when you're trying to create a song or something, you just like, I have a beat in my mind, and like I'm gonna just go on the piano and do it, or like how does that even work?
So I guess I'll hear something that I'm just like, you know what, I want to see how I can like emulate that as best as possible. Like maybe I'll hear like, I think it was your brother. He posted some song on his story the other day. It was a Brent. How you say his last name? Fires.
Brent Fires.
Yeah, it was Jackie Brown, and I was like, yo, that's fire. So I looked up the song. I looked up an acapella of it, you know, chopped up his vocals, made a little beat to that, did a little melody, found some samples, and then kind of put it all together. So I just hear like random things that inspire me, and then I'm like, no, I got to get in front of my computer like right now. So I start, and it's different every time. It could be like the drums at first. I come up with a melody, maybe I'll chop up a sample. I really have no strict like, you know, process as far as, you know, production is concerned. So, yeah.
All right, so when you do those type of actually one question I did want to ask you about, and I was saving it for the podcast. You had one where it was like the background cover was like a boat in the water. I don't know the ocean, but it was there. It was a pretty cool background cover, like nice and calm. Is that usually what your type of music is around, like calmness, since you do play piano and everything, or are you kind of just like you said, you mix it up, or do you do majority like it's like a nice calm like beat and stuff like that?
Yeah, so that was like a super impromptu like mini project that I just wanted to put out independently. So like every project that I've put out on any major streaming service is through my friend Domenico. Y'all are cool with Domenico. He's a great artist. Him and his girlfriend, who goes by Vic, they've been putting out, you know, great music for the past couple of years. But I put my music out through his label because he has a much larger audience than I do. So any of my songs that have done really well as far as like streaming is concerned have been through his label. So I'm like, you know what, I want to release something like independently, just to have that out there as like, okay, this is just purely like myself. So that's kind of why I made that. I'm rambling. What was your question again?
So is it like mostly like calm beats or?
Yeah. That's like the direction I'm going towards right now. But again, you know, like I said before, like nothing's off limits. So I don't really want to be at a point where someone like listens to something and they're like, oh, like I know that's like Ricky. I kind of want to have like, you know, my hand in the pot as far as like a bunch of different genres are concerned. You know, I don't want to be just like, okay, he just makes house shit, or he like, you know, just makes trap music. So
yeah, it'll also help you in the future where artists like if they want to use you for any production, they can be like, oh yeah, like I know he can do this, instead of oh shit, this is the only thing he does. Like you know how there's certain producers that only do R&B shit and all that stuff. You know, it kind of like you said, put your hand in the pot, gives you more well-rounded.
Right, and like reggaeton is obviously popping right now.
Mhm.
It might be the biggest genre in the world. So I'm like, let me start making reggaeton beats. And stuff.
Yeah,
So
and you do Afro beats too, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's making it come up right now too.
Yeah,
So
that might be my favorite genre right now as far as what I like to produce is concerned.
yeah,
And,
so
I know that what is it? I know like more people. I guess like I think as of recently, in like in just my views, how I've been seeing it, that more people just been like kind of become like more genreless in like in
Mhm.
terms of what they're putting out.
mhm.
And I know, and I seen it because who was said it? What's his name? P Diddy had said that R&B is dead, and I remember I seen Brent Fires tweet. He said like that genre stuff is kind of like it was basically said like it was outdated and like
Mhm.
no one
Yeah.
really cares about the genre anymore.
Mhm.
Which is, I kind of see now too, because like with rap, we definitely seen like more what is it, like R&B type rap.
Mhm.
I don't know. There's a
Yeah,
name for
it's
it.
like a nice mesh.
like
Yeah.
like A Boogie,
Mhm.
melodic rap. That's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
So like you see like more mixes of like rap and same with like Trippie Redd. He does like rock rap and stuff like that. So
Mm.
it's definitely becoming like more genreless, and people are definitely mixing genres and stuff together.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But there is some people that only specifically do one thing.
Yeah.
The only problem is like you said, it's not really a problem. It's just the way that the music is trending is when everyone's meshing everything together. I'm not gonna lie, like I do like the meshing. Like I used to listen to a lot of A Boogie back in high school.
Mhm.
But it's nice once in a while just like throwing back, like putting on like an Usher or Neo
Yeah.
or Omarion. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's nice to like just listening to that specific genre.
Yeah.
Like it's just taking the good with the bad. Just as how the times changed.
Yeah, and some music is timeless.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
people are always gonna like you said, Neo, those throwbacks, or like the Omarion, or like even like Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Yo.
like someone nowadays, it's kind of hard for them to replicate that.
Mhm.
But like as far as that's concerned, like it had its time, yeah, but like it's still something that somebody's always gonna want to put on.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
Would you ever be open to the idea of like making music for like movies or TV shows?
I haven't thought about that, but one thing I've always wanted to do was I wanted to do like the score for like a fashion show, because House has that like
Yeah.
the heavy beat where you can
Yeah.
walk like doing the whatever they call it, the catwalk, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Their little 1-2 steps.
yeah, always wanted to do music for a fashion show. I just haven't found the connect to do that, nor have I asked. But as far as TV shows and movies are concerned, it's not something I've thought of, but I'm open to it 100%.
Like Kendrick did something for Black Panther, and with Stranger Things they brought one song, Run Up That Hill. I don't know if you guys watched
Kate
that.
Bush.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
I saw
that's
it.
from like the 80s, but because it was in like the show, it got like popularized again.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, I'm not an artist, but I was thinking like if you put it in somewhere else, like you said it for the fashion shows, like, oh, this is Ricky's beat, like for a fashion show, like that's just
Right.
like the thing. And like
Yeah.
that's tough.
It's like a nice bonus because they don't pay you a lot, but it definitely gets your name out there, like for a subtle like little hint.
Yeah.
There was actually this that show I was telling you about, Arcane.
Yeah.
And what's that guy who's the guy that did the diss track or diss songs about Drake?
Yeah, I mean,
Not
Pusha T?
Pusha T.
Okay.
Yeah. Pusha T or Pusha P?
T.
T. All right. Yeah. So Pusha T. He on Arcane. He had like a whole like not a whole like track list, but he had some certain songs that were there on him, like with him on it. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of mixes and matches of different artists, but I was listening to one of the songs. I'm like, yo, this shit sounds tough. I'm like, who is this? And then I'm like, that shit sounds familiar. So I rewinded it and like, fucking Shazam that bitch right next to the TV. And it popped up and I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. And it's like, just like those little subtle things that just get your name out there.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what it's for. It's like, even though it's not immediate money, it's still promoting yourself, and that could lead to money in the future.
Exactly.
Like even like video game things, like they don't pay that much, but it's still cool to have your name, like your music's in like FIFA or something, or like
that's
2K.
another one. Damn, I
you know?
didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Have you
would
ever thought about like
They definitely pay enough though, because you only have to do like a minute song or something like that. Yeah.
Ever thought of using like social media as like maybe like using your song as a TikTok and stuff like that? Because I know that's how a lot of people
That's
are getting
another
like
one.
their songs to blow up big now and stuff like that.
Yeah, one of my boys he's been getting on Dom. He's been like, I think it'd be a really good idea to make a TikTok, which it would be. I think I've been a little bit lazy about it. Plus, I'm not good as far as like my social media presence is concerned. Like I don't know. Some people just have it down, like the algorithm. They know get your lighting right. What song works.
Yeah.
What are the optics you need. I'm not good at any of that stuff, so I don't think like I'd have the confidence to pull off a good video that could like go viral. But it's something I do need to try.
Would you add a dance to it?
I can't dance, but I would pay somebody to do the dance.
It's something to get it out there because Drake did it with he did it during
Slide.
he did it, and like it was just another way to promote his song.
Yeah,
because people on TikTok were doing it all over.
Yeah,
TikTok, Instagram, everything.
No, I really need to take advantage of that because I feel like I missed that like window where like people were just like, it seemed like everybody was blowing up on TikTok, or like at least somebody had some viral video on TikTok, and I feel like I kind of missed my opportunity, but. Better late than never.
Still possible. That's just how the internet, as long as the app is still pumping out views, it's still possible.
Yeah.
You can just get that one random ass good video and then boom, next you got like 1.2 million views.
Facts.
And like it's not like all 1.2 million people are gonna follow, but if you can get at least even 5% of those people that go like, let me check out this guy's music.
Right.
Like that's enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't think it's like you have to like make a TikTok to like go viral. I'm just saying like use it as like I don't know how people upload their
a tool.
Well, yeah, it's a tool, but like I don't like this artist. I don't know if y'all heard that song. You probably heard it on TikTok, but it's I think the song's called Teke by like I think their name is Kafune. It's like two different people. I don't even know if I'm saying their name right, but it was like I saw the moon. Like it's like, but they sped up.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people. I mean, I realize that now. Like a lot of the TikTok songs are usually like sped up versions of like other stuff
because they want to fit the song in as much as possible.
On TikTok, you said.
It's everywhere. TikTok rules. Don't. I didn't know what you
I was just asking a question.
I didn't know what you going
so
for.
offensive.
No, because I know exactly what you was asking.
I was just asking a question.
I know exactly what you asking for, bro. No, I do not be on TikTok, bro. Like I use it as a tool though, but I don't be scrolling on TikTok. But I definitely have heard it on Instagram now. But I don't even know if they had made like something to go viral. They like some people's songs just go viral. Someone uses it and it just goes like that. So I know like as a tool, definitely. I don't know how the uploading songs work to like TikTok and stuff like that, but I definitely think it could definitely be useful. Maybe in your case.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people when they do upload songs or like their songs to TikTok or something like that, they probably just like either pick a background. So like if you just pick the album cover, you can do that, and then they just let the song play in the background. Or they'll do that, or like they'll be the weird motherfuckers, and like they'll have their phone and like they'll put it up where it's just like showing their forehead, and then the song's playing in the background.
Okay.
Like you could do it like that, but I think that's a little tacky to like just have like it's showing your forehead and then like saying, "Oh, come listen to my song."
Right.
I think it's just better to like produce whatever album cover it is and then just have the song playing like that. And if people like it, you can just leave a link saying like, "Oh, come check out this song," or if you guys appreciate it, it's like a little tool.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like I'm not even on TikTok only because like I'm already on social media enough to be like, scrolling through your phone, like when you're bored, like, you know how the iPhone will show you like your screen time after the week is done.
Yeah.
Like my shit is ridiculous. Yeah. So I feel like if I got TikTok, it'll only make it worse, but it will be good to, promote myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys are all on it, yeah?
I'm on it.
He's on it.
He on it.
Yeah. My girl and him and a couple other people like my boy Marcus and Jordan, like they'll send me TikToks and stuff, and like I'll see it pop on my phone. I actually went on it today to see how many messages I had, and that shit said 53, and I was like, nope, and I just went right off the app. But no, I don't use that shit. I mostly just scroll on Instagram.
Okay.
Mindless scrolling, like you said.
Explore page.
Yeah. Instagram and Twitter really the best. Twitter is the best app, but I do be on Instagram a lot though. But I like Twitter the best.
Instagram I just like because of the simplicity. Like Twitter is simplistic, but Instagram I just got so used to it, and I was very late to all type of social media shit.
Me too.
Like I didn't have Vine. I never had MySpace. Facebook I was late to.
You were before MySpace. I mean, like we were after MySpace.
But people were still creating them back when we were like little kids. But I never did it. Like I didn't have none of that. I don't even post. I'm pretty sure like I think you might follow me on Instagram. Like you you never see me post a picture, but like I'll probably maybe post like a story or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's always some bullshit. It's always like either some music or some funny ass post. That's about it.
Yeah, no, certain things are for, everybody has like stuff that they're into. It's definitely good as far as like D&E is concerned, but like individually, it's like you don't need to. On it.
With D&E, like we definitely promote ourselves on like every like platform besides Facebook because I don't use Facebook anymore. And a lot of the old people are on there, so it's just like I don't know. I feel like I don't even be on Facebook personally. Like I don't have to download my phone anymore. So
but I feel like it can't hurt.
It definitely couldn't hurt. But it's just like as it's like I feel like it's
raining.
Yeah.
But as
I didn't mean to cut you off. This is my
nah, it's good. But as time, like I don't know, like cause like I definitely I'm definitely putting more time into like our Instagram and TikTok. I'm trying to get us on Twitter because I know Twitter definitely has a crowd, but
Yeah.
as terms of like Facebook, it's just I don't know. It could be a waste of time, but it could be something. But I don't know really.
Speaking of crowds, what type of audience do you think your music is for?
I guess like anybody really. Like that's the thing about like different genres and stuff. Like when we were talking about like hip hop before and like trap, at least like from the contemporary sense, it's like generally younger people, like probably people like under the age of like 30, 35. But then I feel like with house, it's like, you know, anybody can get into that. It's not like it's appropriate for any certain age because half the time there's not even that many lyrics to begin with. So it's not like I'm gonna be talking about anything raunchy or like my samples are kind of like, you know, on the edge. It's you know, super friendly, and I think like it's really for anybody. So like I don't want to like pigeonhole myself into like let me just look at this demographic of people and try to target them. Like I want it to be for like anybody. You know, that's why I've been trying to like if you go like onto my my pages on social media and like music streaming services, it's lo-fi stuff, it's house stuff. Really just trying to do everything, just to make sure that I'm not like focusing on one demographic of people.
Yeah, sounded what like I'm actually going to his concert in like 4 days. Bad Bunny.
Okay.
He releases. I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah.
To be honest, I enjoyed the music, but I don't know what the fuck he's saying. But my girl loves him, and she was telling me like her and Gabby Munoz. I don't know if you know her. Or you remember her?
Yeah.
So my girl and Gabby are close friends, and they'll tell me about Bad Bunny and stuff like that, and be like, "Oh, like he does this type of genre, but it's like this type of genre. Like he does all like jack of all trades,
Right.
You know, so what made him so popular is like the same ideals of what you have of like having your hands in the pot.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't release just like certain stuff, and he talks about everything.
Yeah.
And like he does all type of genres or mixes or whatever, and it really shows like his I guess you can say his creativeness. It really shows because almost everyone you go up to, not all Latinos, maybe that's just assuming, but a lot of Latinos just love Bad Bunny. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? They all love him. You know, everything he does is like amazing. It's kind of like he's a Drake of like Latino culture. You know what I mean? But bigger because he's like everyone everywhere loves him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say no one's ever had like anything bad to say about him as far as like, what I've heard is concerned. Like it might not be like your cup of tea, but I'll still listen to it if it's not like I'm not mad if he's playing, you know? So yeah.
Yeah. But like, yeah, if you could get to that point, it'll be pretty cool, you know?
That's a different level of stardom.
Yeah, it is. But you know, I'm not saying like it's a problem to aim high, but like, you know, it's nice to like look up there and see like it's possible. Yeah. You know, especially knowing that like he does different stuff, like and like you have like that same goal. So like, you know people are gonna like it. Yeah. You know, it's just about.
But it's also like
how much you want to really like try and so.
Yeah. No, 100%. But I also think it's like. I kind of have to look at myself as like a producer and see like, okay, where are like the top producers, like legendary status producers still aren't like near that level, but they got the respect and they do it for a living and they make, decent livings off of it. So I want to get to the part where I can just support myself solely off of producing. I don't have to work another job and treat that as a side hustle. Yeah.
You'll work if you're bored or something like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Would you have like a studio to create your beats at home, or would you have like an office for that, like going somewhere else?
If I can get to the point where I can afford a nice one, definitely somewhere I can just go that's outside of my home, only because at least my setup now, I live in a condo, so I got to make sure the preamp's down a little bit so the neighbors don't. I've got noise complaints before, so I'm like, let me chill. So a lot of it's just been through headphones, but I blaring music in my ears all day. I want to be in a space where I can just like have a soundproof, maybe it's like a studio and like an office space somewhere where I'm not bothering anybody. So that's definitely the goal. But that's that's down the line.
Would the final goal be like have one in your house so you never have to leave your house? You just pay the produce. Well, you'll be the producer, so you just have the artist come to your house. You know how some people do that, like Tory Lanez, he'll live stream it. And like it's literally in his house. Drake probably has it.
Oh, definitely. He's probably got multiple. I don't know. I just feel like it would be good to have a workspace that's separate from my home space. Yeah. That's just my preference.
Keep work away from home.
Yeah. I mean, music is music, so it's like I can intertwine them to some extent. But
true. But like sometimes you just want to be able to relax in your own home. Yeah. And not have to worry about work. Exactly. Even if it is just music.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's the idea. The goal at least.
Speaking on like you talking about singles earlier. Do you monetize like your music?
Yeah, so what I'll do is like there's different Well, yeah. To answer your question, yes.
What
But
the
there's
hell is
like
that?
Sampling?
Monetize. And
like
shit.
sometimes if you sample
For
something,
real.
like, and you don't get someone's like permission using that sample, like you can't monetize, you can't make money off of it because you don't have the okay. You'll get like sued or something.
You
I
gotta
thought it was just like copyrights, all that shit.
But no, there's like sites and different platforms you can use that like provide like cleared samples for you to just chop up yourself. So I use some of those. Sometimes, you know, I'll sample anything I sample for like fun that I don't have clearance for. That'll just go on like an Instagram snippet or like SoundCloud or something. But all my stuff that's cleared that's what's on like Spotify and iTunes and all that.
You want to get in trouble for SoundCloud? Because they do have a monthly payment now for.
Yeah, I think you have to sign up for that though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, aren't they like kind of trying to become that level of like iTunes and everything?
Well, yeah. So I guess if I did want to make someone pay, I guess, to look at my stuff on SoundCloud, then I would have to make sure those samples are cleared. But because it's, and I don't know. Do y'all think SoundCloud is? Do y'all use SoundCloud?
Sometimes for like old music.
Yeah,
I use it for a Jersey Club.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because that's a good, because like the Jersey Club samples, they're definitely not getting clearance for those. Like I've heard like Cash Cobain sampled like Stevie Wonder, one of his Jersey Club joints. But like all that stuff, I feel like is always on SoundCloud. Because again, like they don't have the permission.
Yeah.
What's his name? Cash Cobain?
Yeah, you know Cash Cobain.
I heard that song, but I couldn't find where it was. I'm like, damn.
I forget what it's called, but
you go look for it now.
Send it to you.
I definitely man. I definitely will look for it. But for the monetize, I think with how SoundCloud works, it might work something like YouTube, because you could like make a certain on YouTube. I know you can make a certain video monetize or demonetize, and so it probably works something like that, where like if you have a sample that's not clear, you probably just don't even try to monetize that. So I mean, I don't know how SoundCloud works. It might work like that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Okay.
Is there anyone that you want to work with that you know or don't know
that I haven't worked with yet? Oh yeah, I mean, as far as like other producers are concerned, and I guess I don't really know how this process works, because like I feel like if you're producing something, you just solely make the beat yourself and then send it to someone, either sing or rap over. But I do want to work with other producers and DJs more so than other like artists or like rappers. Like I don't know if y'all heard of Black Coffee. I've been listening to. He's a South African DJ / producer. He just won a Grammy recently. So like I really have been trying to kind of gear my music. Like the last project I put out, that was inspired by Black Coffee. Okay. So I really want to work with somebody like that. You know, just like kind of pick their brain and get some ideas from them.
Like have a mentor.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like next level. So yeah. As far as an actual artist is concerned, I really like the guy that y'all had on the last episode.
That's what I want to do. Like we bring people along. Like people might look at them like, damn, like I might want to work with him, reach out to him. So that our platform could definitely be used to reach out to other people.
Yeah, and I keep it's DZH. Yeah, because I had a trip back from Boston the other day and I was driving. It's like a 4-hour drive. So I'm like, let me put you guys' podcast on. And I listened to that episode, like start to finish. And I was like, oh shit, this guy's pretty good. I went onto his Spotify, you know, so he has some songs that has like some decent plays on it. So I'm like, I'll definitely, you know, want to link up with him and like send him some stuff. Yeah. You know, even hearing him talk on the show, it's like he's mad personable. You know, he's from around here. So, yeah, definitely someone like him that's not like inaccessible, you know?
Be like a nice little Jersey mix. Not Jersey club mix, but like
Jersey
artist.
Jersey.
Yeah, I said it last time, but like I feel like we got to get another person out from Jersey again. So like the last person I really made it was like Fetty Wap, and so we gotta get someone else out here. And we definitely have the talent here, like producing wise, like rapping wise, singing. It doesn't matter what genre, but we definitely got it.
Yeah.
What's it called? I was watching. Have you guys seen the Kanye documentary like a while ago?
I heard about it though.
Yeah. I want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
I watched a few episodes, and one of the things that caught my eye, I never like even thought about it. So he went up to some producer and they wanted Kanye to be on it, like on the song, and they were
rapping
trying to
or producing.
Rapping. Okay. Rapping, and it was like they wanted him to rap. No. They wanted him to produce, so someone else can rap on it. But he's like, how am I going to send you the beat without like getting paid or anything like that? Like they wanted to hear the beat first and then rap over it, see if they like it, and then pay him. And I was like, how would that process even work? Like you just gotta trust that like whoever's producing something you gonna like, or like.
Oh, so you wanna know how that process works?
Yeah, like how do you? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
But like,
go for it.
I would assume it's like if it's someone you don't know, like if it's like someone that you know, obviously, like let's say if Kanye and like Jay-Z like linked up, you know, like they're already cool with each other. So it's kind of like, yo, listen to this real quick. and you know Jay-Z's not gonna like stab him in the back and then like use that same beat and then put out a song because now there's no like track of him being there.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to have something where it's like they sign something, you know, and all that paperwork before they even go in, like maybe at the front desk or something like that, saying like you agree to not use whatever blah 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 that you see here today. You know what I mean? Yeah. Kind of like it's like backup or insurance for you, you know, because unless if you, I mean, I guess if you have cameras there, but like even if you do have cameras there, you can use a beat that's similar to that beat, and then if they try to sue you, be like, well, I didn't sign anything, and the cameras don't pick up words, so they're not. It's not like there's nothing stopping me from saying, oh no, but he said it was okay if I use this beat. He was just showing me it. You know what I mean? So you have to have some type of paperwork there, friend or not, you know, just to cover your own ass.
You got that, Jahmar?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, I feel like, I don't know what the process is like if you're like a super high profile person, but like for me, it's kind of just like, that's why you send like snippets, like maybe a little 15-second, put your producer tag on there so they can't, you know, get around that. But yeah, you kind of just have to like trust the people that you're working with to not screw you over. Yeah. Which I do. Like, I don't think I've ever sent anyone a beat that I didn't already know. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that process works from like a professional standpoint, but I just kind of work in a circle of people that I trust. Yeah. Makes sense. So it's like, I throw them, you know, wherever.
No one's gonna like stab you in the back.
Yeah. But even like the stuff you post on SoundCloud, it's like someone could just they could jack, you know, your sound and just completely like copy your beat. But it's like that happens all the time though. Yeah. So there's to some extent like you're fighting a losing battle if you keep worrying about like, oh, you know, I don't want someone to copy my stuff, so I'm not gonna put it out. You kind of just have to do it.
Unless if you it's not patent. Patent is more so for like something that you invented. How do you do that with songs? That's the same thing. It's
copyright stuff.
Oh, it's just copyright stuff. Yeah. So you would have to go through like copyright claims before, like when you're about to release that song. I'm guessing.
Yeah, but like again, like I do all that stuff through like my friend's label, and he's super established. Like I don't have to worry about that. Like when we put music out, if I work on it, he works in it. We got a little contract, 50-50. You know, we look at the compensation splits. We just sign off on it, and it's good to go. So they kind of handle all that back end stuff. So I'm not really privy to like, again, how that process works. I should be a little bit more. But again, it's like I work around a bunch of people I trust.
So Domenico's like big on that, like super big.
Yeah. He's basically doing it full time now. Like he's, you know, he went to a really prestigious school, studied music. He was at NYU. He's met some like really well connected people. He's had some projects that have done really well. His girlfriend's also killing it. They're just like a power couple. They're super talented, and I think, you know, they'll be 10 years from now, like they'll be doing this.
They'll
like,
be chilling.
Yeah. They'll be good. They got the work ethic for it. So, and the talent too. Yeah.
Speaking of like the copyright, like in the producing beats, because I don't know if y'all knew this or if y'all remembered or not, but y'all remember what was 6ix9ine's first song that had blew up, Gummo? So that was it was a beat by Pierre. Warren did it, and he sent it to Trippie Redd, and then Trippie Redd gave it to 6ix9ine, but
it was just playing hot potato with the beat.
I mean that's I've heard, like I know other artists have done that, but I know Pierre didn't want it to go to 6ix9ine because like 6ix9ine had like some type of case with like an underage minor, so like it kind of looked bad on him, like he had sent it to him. So I like definitely with like copyright stuff, like sending it to people how like it gets signed off. I actually don't know about that, but like it's definitely something you probably if you're producing, definitely might want to take a look into for, and especially like the artist you're sending it to, if they don't just send it off to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. You got to cover your own ass before it fucks you over. I mean, especially because if you're that big, you know, so you get that big, it's like with that situation, if music is just like popping all over and it's like, yo, what the fuck, that's mine. You know, like it'll get annoying because if you don't have any like paperwork or to like back it up, it's like you can't really do much.
I think someone like Pierre though, like I've heard that story too. He definitely has a lawyer or something, you know, because he's like doing it full time. Someone like
he also makes bread off of it too. So he can afford that lawyer.
Someone like me is like, okay, it's a cool little side hustle, but like I'm not as like concerned about where my music goes as he you know should be.
And now someone's I remember you talk, one of y'all said about like a beat getting stolen and used by somebody else. That happened with J. Cole.
Really?
It was one of the songs on For Your Eyes Only had the same beat as Bryson Tiller's Exchange. And so it was initially J. Cole's beat, whoever the producer was, and then Exchange came out first. And I remember when For Your Eyes Only dropped, I'm like, I've heard this beat before. And
Yeah.
the whole story came out how like the beat was like stolen, but it wasn't Bryce Till's fault. It was like the it was another producer that had like took the beat, and it's like, damn, like you definitely want to make sure like your beats is like locked up, or you know who you're singing to, or whoever's in the room and stuff like that, because they'll just jack your beat.
Right.
Unless it's like, obviously, you know, you give permission or something like that. Like you say, yeah, it's fine. You can use my beat. You know, they give you a little bit of money on the side, and then you're good to go.
Have you heard? I don't know exactly what happened, but with Kanye and Drake, when they both wanted the same beat, and then Kanye just put like, it was like the poopity scoop.
Yeah.
That shit was funny as hell. Oh my gosh.
No, that was. I remember that. But it wasn't. He knew that. Was that the beat? The beat he wanted though.
That's the beat Drake wanted.
Damn.
And then Kanye just threw something else so he couldn't use it.
That's I remember he dropped. I'm like, what kind of song is that? I remember like I heard the story like probably like sometime later. I'm like, wow, that's so petty, bro. That's so petty.
It was fire too. That's the funny thing. Like the beat.
So like music aside, but I guess maybe it might like cross into it. When we were talking about it, you said that you were in Boston.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went to school there. I went to Boston College. Transferred there from Fordham, so I was there for 3 years. That's kind of really where music started. Myself and a friend of mine, he's a DJ. His name is Kalfani.
Okay.
Got to check his stuff out. I think he's only on SoundCloud right now.
Okay.
But I'm actually.
How do you spell it?
Khal. It's DJ Cal.
Okay, word.
But yeah, no, he's from Atlanta originally. I ran track with him at BC, and he's doing his thing right now. He's down in Fort Lauderdale, so I haven't seen him since I graduated. So I'm like, you know what? Let me fly down to. I got a flight to Florida next week. We're gonna go down, just work on some music, and come back up and try to put something out. You know, on like popular streaming services. Yeah. Because he's super talented, and I love when I send him some stuff and he kind of puts a good mix together. So yeah, but I went to school in Boston, but I was just there recently visiting some friends. Okay. And that's when I first heard you guys' podcast when I was driving back, and that's when I heard about the rapper, and I was like, oh, I need to get connected with him.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't go down to school for music? No.
I didn't think it would be like necessary. Because like I can't really think of that many like popular music people I know like right now
that went to school for it.
Yeah, it's like, you could just learn it at home, and obviously school has its benefits, and I don't knock anyone that does do that. But it's not
connections like, too.
Yeah, 100%. But it's not like something like, you know, if you want to become a doctor, you need to go to school to become a doctor, or a lawyer. But you don't really need to. You could be like a music virtuoso just solely off of your own talent and what you learned as a kid. But yeah, no, like you said, it is good for like networking purposes. Yeah,
you can even jump straight out of high school and become like a millionaire for music.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Or in high school,
yeah. But yeah, I took one tour of a music school in Boston, and I was just like, it's not for me. Like I kind of wanted like that college environment with like a sports team and stuff like that. And you know, with music school, it's like super like niche. Like they're very locked into just like solely music. So I'm like, I don't know if I fit in with this crowd because I have other interests as well. You know.
So what did you go to school for? Like your major?
Political science. So like completely, I work in insurance now. So it's like completely unrelated to what I do now. But like, I just needed a degree. You know.
So people knew that you did music in college?
No, I kept it like really low key. Like, and even like now, I feel like I keep it more low key than I actually like should. But I think for a long time, it was kind of like my defense mechanism to be like, oh, you know, I'm not taking music that seriously. It's something I do on the side in the event that it didn't work out. Because I'm like, I don't want to look stupid. You know, you put all this like effort into it and then like it flops. But again, now it's just like a crutch I used in case it didn't work out. But like, I'm fully invested in it and I want it to work out now. So to answer your question, no, not a lot of people knew I was like a musician in college.
There's only like small amount of people?
Yeah.
They
like
brought the bitches though, right?
Huh?
You brought the bitches though, right?
That's a crazy question.
My girl gonna watch this.
Shit, oh, that's true. But y'all making people in trouble, bro.
Right? That was a crazy question.
No, but like honestly, just enough to like answer. Like only enough people I can count on my fingers knew at the time. Now it's like I promote my stuff because I'm like not afraid of failure anymore. But I think in the past I was like, I don't want to look stupid if this doesn't work out. Because I feel like, you know, back in high school, like if some kid started rapping on SoundCloud or something, everyone was kind of like, what are you doing?
Clowning them.
Yeah. And I never wanted to be that guy. But I feel like, you know,
the one that clowned or the one that gets clowned?
The one that gets clowned. So I'm like, you know what? Now I feel like I'm at a point where, you know, I feel like I'm, you know, proficient enough at what I do to kind of like put out full bodies of work that are respectable. You know?
See, the people that clown the SoundCloud rappers, especially if it's like, you know, something like decent, like you're just starting off, because SoundCloud isn't like really like a platform of like where big artists go to release music. It's kind of like you just kind of get started off.
You mean once they're big, they don't?
They don't really like. Yeah, it's kind of like they go like to start off or something like that, or like get their music out there. And then obviously when you're big, like you're going on to bigger and better things.
Right.
But the people that kind of like make fun of like the SoundCloud rappers, and like they don't even like listen to your music or try it out or don't even know what the fuck you produce, is like they're just doing that just to like you know, say, oh fuck you, how dare you get out of your comfort bubble, you know, because they're not gonna do that shit, you know, they're not gonna put themselves out there. So it's just like, oh, this guy's putting himself out here, like especially if they know you, like, oh, this guy's putting himself out here, I know him, like, yeah, I'm gonna make fun of him, or I'm gonna be like, or I'm gonna talk behind his back and be like, yeah, his shit's ass, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, not gonna lie,
no, some of them
do be trash, bro.
Don't get me wrong, some of them be ass, some of them be ass, but it's just like, you know, it's like they're just putting themselves out there at least. Like anyone in Morristown that's rapped, whether I like their music or not, I've never just went like I don't like their music. The music's ass. You know what I mean? Because they're just starting off. You know? And it's like,
except for when Naeem started singing and rapping and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, nah,
did you actually?
No, I
you just do it for fun.
I just be in the party just Nah, but I mean, once you like whatever you start, if you're not really good at, like I definitely kind of with like my YouTube channel, like I'll go back and look at my old videos. I'm like,
fuck, why'd I release
this?
Yeah.
I like, damn, but like I know I definitely come like a long way since then. But like, I mean, for the people who do start off like rapping or doing any type of music really, it's gonna be bad, but you gotta like just keep going, like practice.
Weather the storm.
Yeah, like practice don't make perfect, but it get you good enough though. Like where like you can get better.
So do you keep your old videos up too?
Yeah. Like I like to go back and watch them.
That's good. Yeah. Because I'm the type of person, like if I go back, like I went back on Spotify a while ago and like listened to the first shit I put out. I was like, this sucks, and I just took it down. But like in retrospect, I'm like, you know what? It's like the journey. You know, it's like cool to look back and like see how far you improved.
Yeah. And like for the same with other people, some people might look back on your other videos like, damn, like look how far he's come.
Definitely
inspire somebody else. Yeah.
Some people though, the reason why they do delete it is because they want to have like a solid track record. Like it looks like they just been like releasing fire. For forever.
No, and I get that.
Which I was actually talking to on the podcast before with DZH. I was saying when he said the same thing about his music, like he didn't like it. You know, it was atrocious. But like that's kind of everybody wants when like you like for you, for example, with your YouTube channel, when you start off bad, or you're still learning, like that's just the foundation period. Right. And then when you get that shit situated and like you actually start posting like better quality than what it was before, then you know obviously you're gonna like the better quality because it came such far away. But I appreciate it when people like have the old stuff up there. And I was telling him about it, like I was saying, oh, maybe you can have something where you know, at the end of your song you just kind of put in like one of your old raps for like a snippet, you know. People kind of see, you know, and he wasn't down for it, and I understand why, but like, you know, it's something that can it really shows people how far you came. Like Nipsey Hussle, he has you know, his status symbols. So status symbol 1 with I forget the kid's name, but whoever he had feature in all status symbols, he was like, hey yo Nip, let me get a second with you. You know what I'm talking about? In status symbol 1, he's like, let me get a second with you. He's like, I was stuck in these streets. I didn't get out. You know what I mean? It was just like something like mad simple and like not really that good, but like now guys like, you know, making pretty good music, you know. It's just something like to show where it starts from.
No, I get that 100%. People appreciate like when artists are super candid and like open like that.
I like going to look back on like an old like artists like Drake. Like Drake's my favorite artist, and so like I definitely go back look on his like a lot of people probably don't know like his first 2 mixtapes, which was Comeback Season and Room for Improvement. But I'd be going back to listen. If I had put on a song like and played it for you guys, you probably wouldn't have even known it was Drake because like he's definitely come a long way since then. Like he was like talking in the middle of his songs and stuff like that. It's like Drake, like damn. And so, but yeah, like. I mean, I just know for me, like, I feel like artists might keep your old shit up, yo. Like, someone might listen to it and like, damn, see him come a long way. Someone might even want to sample it. You never even know.
That that talking in the middle of songs, that was like a way back then thing that people used to do.
Yeah.
Especially Andre 3000. Yeah, like he loved doing that shit.
That was like a 2000s thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
That's my favorite, yo.
When they just started talking in the middle of it,
or even at the beginning, he's like, "How I gotta tell the woman I love, I got someone pregnant that I barely even know."
What is that? No, that's not. What is that?
And in the beat, yo, that shit go
That's
crazy.
Usher, right?
Yeah. I'm like, damn, man, it puts you right in the mood.
Yeah.
Now, you know who did that fire? It was actually a freestyle. It made like it was just crazy. Y'all seen I was gonna say Andre 3000. Childish Gambino freestyle on What's Way.
Yeah.
Bro, that you never seen that?
No.
You know
Oh,
no.
yeah, you gotta listen
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah, like he was like rapping and like he just started having a conversation with Sway and then just got back to rapping.
Right back
Like,
to
all
it,
made
yeah.
sense though. It was crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, that's actually tough.
Yeah, stuff like that is kind of tough, but like it actually has to like flow well with it. You know, if it's just like random talk in the middle, it's just like, yeah, what the fuck is this? I actually got to listen to that with the Drake. I don't know if it flowed or not, but I got to see that.
I'll send you the link. It's on SoundCloud. So y'all definitely send it to you.
How's Boston?
Like going to school there?
Yeah.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun. So I was in the Bronx for a year at Fordham, and that was cool too. But I was just too close to home.
Yeah.
Like I was coming back here way too often.
Yeah.
And I was like, while I'm in college, I should just like branch out a little bit, you know, and make friends outside of like just my high school, like my middle school, you know, squad. So I was like, let me still stay relatively close to home so I can get back in case it's an emergency.
Yeah.
But you know, far enough so I can't come back here that often. So sophomore year, I applied to a couple of different schools in Boston. And I was gonna go to BU for the longest time, but my mom was like, I think you'll like BC better. And it was a great choice. So I ended up at BC. It was a lot of fun, you know, ran track there. Was injured for like half the time I was there. So I had some eligibility, like even like after graduation, but I was like, I'm kind of ready to be done with school.
Yeah.
I have no reason to come back to school anyway for extra years. So let me just like hop into like the real world. But no, it was fun. Definitely fun to go to school there because there's so many schools like within like a close radius. But I don't think I would ever like live there. I was like, New York is like, you know, that's like our backyard. Like that's my favorite city in the world. So I don't think I'd live anywhere else.
I'm thinking about going to Boston just to like visit.
Yeah.
You got any places to recommend? Huh?
Visit who?
No, it just means like just
to go
yeah.
there.
I think I'm like, who you got? Who
He's like, you got girls.
Nah, chill.
I mean, no, the whole city is nice. You know, it depends on what you're into. You can go see Celtics game. Well, it depends on what time of the year you're going to. You go to Fenway. Fenway's cool. Nice aquarium there. It's really like it's small as far as like you know, your ability to get around is concerned. Like I had my car when I was in school, so you know, you can get down the street like that. You know, and be in a completely different area. That was like the one good thing about it. New York's a little bit harder to navigate around with like traffic and everything, and like finding places to park. But
I heard Boston was the worst in like in terms of the road wise and like.
Yeah, well, parking is difficult there. I will say because you need a permit just to park like
damn
anywhere. Like I racked up tickets when I was in school.
Damn.
Until I lived in a house my senior year, so we had a lot. But like up until then, oh my gosh, it was pretty difficult to find parking. Now that I remember. But yeah, no, you would enjoy it. I don't know what your vibe is. Like if you're like a New York person, you like Philly.
I just want to go to places and whatever the
Check
vibe is there and just like
No, but like any city, there's always like fun things to do. So it's definitely cool.
Also, I've been meaning to ask you this since you got here too. How does it feel to be the second fastest person in this room?
After me.
Whoa! Now I'm playing.
No, we gotta do we'll schedule a race. Yeah, we're gonna put on the podcast at the end, right outside in the lot.
We can do that.
I got stretch.
Shit.
I got
About to tear
stretch.
my hamstring
You
again.
betting on this?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
You say you bet?
You're not confident?
Huh?
You're not confident in your speed?
No, because I want to bet for this fantasy season that's going on right now. Well, not about to start in the NFL. Well, for the NFL. And I just don't want to get addicted. I'm getting too excited to bet.
Betting and everything?
Yeah, and like gambling can be like a
FanDuel.
tricky sloop. So I'm like, I'm not about to do that.
Sloop.
Yeah. Slope. I'm Dr.
You
Seuss in
making
this
a
bitch.
word?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Seuss, motherfucker. But anyways, I can't run. I got stressed before I run. Last time I ran full speed, felt it in one leg.
Yeah, you getting
running,
old. That's
and
what it
then
is.
felt it in the other, and I was out for months.
Yeah,
and I was like, damn.
You said months?
Yes.
Yeah,
My
you
brother
getting
was
old.
watching too. He's like, you always getting hurt because I broke my teeth last time, like years before that. I'm like, damn.
That looked painful.
Yeah, it didn't really hurt. It just felt like I got hit in the mouth.
You seen the video?
Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That looked really painful.
Yeah.
I
When
got
was
the
the last time
video.
y'all ran full speed?
Senior year of college. It's been a minute. Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't run nowhere.
You know, sometimes I pick up speed on the basketball court, like if I'm chasing down. That's about it. I don't be, bro. I don't be running. Like I remember one time I was here, but I forgot something. So I had to jog home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn. I'm like,
Winded.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this running stuff not for me.
Yeah.
Like I'll be in the like gym lifting. I be seeing you there sometimes, but like all the running stuff, like that's basketball. That's about it, yo. All that running not for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I pulled the hammy.
Nah, I just know I'm getting old because you ever yawned?
All the time.
Like yawned, but like had like that really good ass yawn. And like you stretch around your whole body, and then you just like pull something right here. Yeah, and you start getting cramped up. I got cramped up one time, and I was stuck. And like when you can see it where like it gets indented.
A little spasm.
Yeah, and like that was after a yawn, bro. And I was like, oh shit. Huh?
I ain't never got that. Yo.
Yeah, it's just because because like I stretched too much, and then like because it's like the whole body stretch, and everything gets tensed up, and then my shit just was like, nah, you stuck here now. Yeah, that shit.
24 around the corner. That's a 24 around the corner for you.
Yeah, you about to be feeling this. Well, I'm already 24. Oh,
yeah.
You said you did
plans?
track in college and high school. That was only like sports you did.
I played basketball for a year. I was always like good enough to make a sports team, but like I wasn't that good, like good enough to play really. It's like I made a basketball team, I made the soccer team, but like I never like shined in those sports. It was always like track was my go-to. My father was a Division I track runner.
Damn.
It's just kind of always been in my family. But like I said, I just spent so much time injured because like you in college, like I kind of like prioritized having fun more than I did like actually taking the sport seriously, which I don't really regret. I got fun memories and stuff. But like end of the day, it's like there's a trade-off. It's like I wasn't as good as I could have been, but like again, it's like how you choose to have that experience. So
I feel like the only way you would regret it is if you planned on doing something with that in your future.
Yeah.
Like going to Olympics or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, I'm nowhere near that. Like nowhere. So yeah, that was kind of my mentality too. It's like I'm not going pro with this. So let me just finish my obligation to the team and then also enjoy college life as well as like a normal student, quote unquote.
What events did you do?
60 and the 200. I actually never got the chance to run a 100 in college because I was injured for the outdoor season. Both years I was running for BC. But yeah, it was like short sprints.
Okay. So you don't do no type of long distance then?
Like, no.
But them is different. I hear that. Yeah, them is different.
Yeah.
What was your injury?
So I had a tumor in my knee. It wasn't an injury. It was like an actual, but it was like keeping me from like fully like bending my knee, and it really hurt.
Malignant?
Yeah. I was nervous at first because it was the school doctor called me after like I got my X-rays. They were like, "Oh, this could be cancerous, so you gotta get this out." So I'm like, I'm not trying to freak out, but I also didn't want to call my parents to tell them. I'm like, I don't want them to be bugging. I'm all the way in Boston, so it was benign. So I just realized I said yes to malignant. It wasn't malignant. It was benign. But then I went to, I flew to Boston one day over the summer. Quick surgery, like hour and a half. Flew back home same day. And I was recovered in like 3 weeks. So, but as far as like the bone recovery was concerned, I had to wait a while. So I missed a decent amount of time running. Okay. Like entire like season's worth of time.
So that was like probably your biggest injury?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
And you met your girl in Boston?
Yeah, we had a mutual friend. I was just like go to her place, and then we just.
Who's the friend?
It was her roommate. It was like her friend who's also friends with like one of the guys I ran track with. We just always go to their place. They would like cook for us and stuff, and then we eventually just started talking. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Can you cook?
I'm okay.
Just enough to survive.
Yeah, exactly. It's not good, but it's edible.
Yeah.
So it's all right. I'm not bad. But like basic stuff like steak, like chicken, stuff like that. I'm not doing like gourmet meals and stuff.
Yeah, Jahmar swear he be cooking, but like
I can,
bro.
What's your dish? What's your go-to?
Bro, if you say chicken
rice
Alfredo,
and chicken.
like don't run to say that, bro. Like,
let's see. The
Rice
real
and
question is,
chicken.
what can I cook? That's the real question.
Yeah, what can you? Yes.
No, can't.
No, can.
But you went to school for it.
Oh, you
That's
did?
what I'm saying. Like, if I have a recipe in front of me, I can make something.
I didn't know you
a recipe's
went to
following
culinary
the
school?
book. I mean, I'm talking about not following the book. Like, can you do it without a book?
No, you gotta memorize hella recipe.
That's the point.
But that's why I'm always making like chicken, because I memorize that by heart. But as for I went to like it was hospitality, like hotel, restaurant, and tourism, and some of the classes were cooking classes.
Okay, word.
And And the cooking classes, it was cool. They was like, you just cook. They give you a recipe. You got to find all of the measurements and all the tools that you need, and you just cook. And for some reason, everybody kept coming to me and being like, yo, like, am I doing this right? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not capping. I can really call people. I don't talk to anybody in that class except for one dude. But I'll call them up and be like, yo, like, wasn't people going to us? And then, like, we'll just compete. Then my first time cooking chicken, though, like, I don't know what happened. Like, I put it, like, I don't even know what happened. But, like, the chicken came out white. Oh, and the teacher was like, all right, we're gonna do this. And then she put it in the middle of the class and she was like, everybody can have this. I'm like, yo, I don't even know if that's good. But it was my first time cooking there and people ate it. No one got sick. I ain't eat it, but no one got sick.
I ate it. That's crazy.
But that was like the first experience. And then ever since that, I guess because she used my sample, everybody was asking me for questions. And so I didn't know what the hell I was
you started
doing.
cooking until you got to college?
I mean, I made like little stuff like eggs and like breakfast stuff.
I was about to say, anybody can make eggs.
Yeah, but like that was the first time I was cooking like dinner stuff and / lunch.
Okay. Nah, but what was your go-to though? That's what you
didn't
answer that.
Like I said, I don't really have like a go-to.
Yeah,
really.
That's how
you don't cook. That's how you know you don't cook. Everybody got a go-to.
It really depends on my mood. Like tonight, right? I have ground turkey. What I do is
you had ground turkey or beef last time, like bro.
No, that was just ground beef. I had ground beef last time. I made like a General Chow's ground beef and rice.
So you just put sauce on there, a little bit of seasoning.
Yeah, a little bit of seasoning, then brown it a little bit, and then put some rice.
That's definitely not no Chinese meal. Ground turkey.
It was different. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't have a go-to.
Sure was different.
Each time I find something crazy, like I never tried this before, but I like that sauce, and I have ground beef that I gotta eat.
Oh, so you didn't go to school to be a chef? You went to school. Oh, that was part of the restaurant training stuff.
Yeah,
because
like
aspect of it.
Okay, that's
just
why.
like how your major could be fucking. I don't even know, but it has nothing to do with like history, but you still have to take history just because it's a credit. It's the same thing with cooking, but cooking relates a little bit more because like if something goes south in a restaurant, you might have to jump behind the line and get right.
So what you making tonight then?
Tonight I'm having ground turkey. I'm still figuring it out. Actually, hold up.
Everything consists of ground some.
It was just lately. Before you were saying it was always burgers, so it's like, hold on, let me see.
Is your girl coming back?
Yeah.
She could just make the food.
I didn't even see her leave.
I know she cooked better than you.
Yeah, because every time I'm here and she here, and I see her cooking, not you.
She make better like pasta stuff.
That's it.
Yeah, because she lived in Italy, so she
probably cooked better.
I think she probably cooked better. The way that you described the when she made the maple bacon with the brown sugar, I was like, yeah.
The bacon came like that. The bacon came.
But
like
you said she put brown sugar on it.
Yeah, she added the brown sugar to it, but like it was like maple bacon. She was rocking, and then she added brown sugar to it. I'm like, all right, this is good. Okay, but like I say, pasta dish she makes it a little bit better.
But she didn't get out of the cookbook though.
She got it from Pinterest, and there's a recipe there.
There's a recipe.
Yeah.
Your girl cook better than you?
Sir, it's like him, like certain things, you know.
Yeah.
I definitely have like
certain things.
As far as like steak and like chicken is concerned, I think I win in that category.
Same. But
I will say she does make better like penne vodka, like pasta type stuff. I don't know if that's like a girl thing, but she definitely got me beat as far as like pasta and like Spanish food. She's Puerto Rican, so like Spanish food is concerned, I can't compete. So I don't try.
Yeah.
But it's 50-50, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been to Puerto Rico?
Bunch of times. I think I went like 4 times this past year.
Damn.
Yeah. Me and Javon went once.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need a passport to go there.
Yeah.
It's U.S. territory.
Yeah, like me and one of my good friends went once, and then me and my girl went, and then me and my friend and my girl and my sister went again. So it was a bunch of times. Yeah.
So she was born there?
No, she's from Connecticut, but her family is from there originally, and I think she still got a relative. Yeah, she has an uncle there, so. You know, any excuse I could use to get out of Jersey and just break up the monotony of just working at home every day, like I'll go anywhere. So yeah.
So you have a plan of where you want to live in the future, or is just you still want to stay around like New York?
That's crazy.
I don't know, man. If I get a bag, I'm trying to be bi-coastal. Like stay here, maybe like 6 months out of the year, go down to Puerto Rico or something, or Jamaica.
Ooh, that's tough.
You know, stay there for a couple months, get a crib out there, but. As far as like permanent place of residence and like, you know, if I have kids where I want to raise a family, I don't like, besides like as expensive as it is to live here, I do really like the tri-state area. I like everywhere I've ever been. So I'll probably be here like long term.
Okay.
You know?
How you feel about that name?
What?
Just living in the tri-state area.
I like Jersey. But I want to live down south because I just don't like the cold.
Facts.
I don't like the cold.
Where you want to
go? Either like Georgia or like maybe the Carolinas.
go?
I thought about Florida, but like the Florida man, yo, that's
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I
Dangerous.
like the weather down there, but like it be crazy down in Florida.
They have the red tide that's coming. I mean, this is gonna be like way past we're dead, but or what?
What you bring there for?
Huh?
What you bring there for?
This is something to be worried about. It's like all that what is that? That sea algae that's just killing off the ocean life. Something to be a little bit worried about, especially if like you're living down in Florida, like you want it to actually be preserved if you want to start a family there. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's just like you, like if you don't want to have kids, like me, I don't really want to have kids. Maybe I'll have one. Yeah, for now, I would have one because it costs like minimum like $300,000
running around
to huh?
Like 3 little Raquans
Triplets.
Oh damn! If I had triplets, bro, I don't even want to think about that. But it's like $300,000 just to raise like one kid. So triplets. I'm gonna be angry everywhere I go.
You mentioned you had went to Puerto Rico with your friends and your sister, but you got siblings?
Yeah. I have a younger sister. So like the youngest one, she's 19. Then there's me. Then I got an older sister, and I got like some half siblings. But as far as like my immediate family's concerned, it's been the 3 of us. Like you probably, one of them was only 2 years ahead of us in school, so you probably have seen like Sid before, like in the area. They just look like me, but girls.
Yeah.
What's them called?
Or you look like her.
You the middle child, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So speaking of middle child, do you ever felt like that middle child, like how other middle childs
like neglected?
Yeah.
No, only because I'm the only boy. So I don't know. Maybe like that came with its perks, I guess. But like no, as far as like my upbringing, and like me and my older sister are relatively close in age, so I never really felt like I'm like a. It's just like kind of you and your older brother, I don't know. Are you a middle child?
Yes.
Okay.
I have multiple siblings. Yeah.
Okay.
I felt that like the neglected like part. Well, I moved in with my dad in 7th grade, and I definitely felt it when I lived there. So like I said this before, like I moved out like my senior year to live with my grandma. Like it was bad.
Oh wow. No, yeah, I don't. I feel like with us it was just like equal. If anything, the youngest one in our family got the most like attention, but it wasn't necessarily something that I didn't mind that either, because like I could go off and be mischievous and stuff, and nobody was worried about me.
You were an Asia too. That's my sister.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because I know with Jahmar, you the oldest.
Yeah.
And then you too.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Out of stepbrother, he's in Texas. 5 of us. Yeah, 5 of us.
Brother.
Yeah, there's 2, Tanea, Tajan, Rakia, that live in the house, and then my stepbrother who's with his biological mom in Texas. So there's me, so there's 5 of us in total.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So
like you just like, but here's just like immediate family too. You just like the oldest.
Oh, immediate? Yeah, just the oldest. Yeah. My mom, she planned me at 19. I don't know why she did that.
Playing you?
Yeah, her and my biological father. He's over in Barbados. I don't know what he looks like, but my biological father and her at 19, they planned to have me.
Oh, planned.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This
What'd
whole
you think
time.
he said?
I just he was playing me.
No.
That's what you said too.
Yeah. No, but they planned to have me at 19. I was like, yo,
like
yeah.
they were both 19. They planned to have you.
Yeah, but back then it was different, and then plus I was born in Barbados, so
okay,
island kids is just an island. It's a different culture. Yeah.
You go back often?
No, not anymore. Last time I went was sometime before COVID for my uncle's wedding.
Word.
He was getting married to I forgot her name. Damn. He was getting married. Yeah. But nah. So like, when you was talking about kids, like how many kids would you have?
Depends how much money I have.
Okay. Like one kid to match the dollar sign?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want one though. Like I feel like at least 2, just because I don't want to have like an only child.
He's too spoiled, or she's too spoiled?
Not even. It's just like I want you to. I don't know. I feel like it's a good way to be like. It's like a starting point to being like socialized with other young people.
Mm-hmm.
Like most. Well, actually, I don't really know that many only children. But you was able to have like a companion that's like relatively near their age, just so that they got their back when they're in school or something, or help each other out and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Well, when you want a kid, like, are you planning? Like, you plan on having like say soon, or like you gotta be married to have a kid? Like,
For me, it's like all about finances. Like if I can afford to have a kid and like give them a good life, then it's like, I think that's like more of like what I'm looking at as opposed to like, oh, I need to be married or I need to be like this old. It's like all about money. Like right now, if I had a kid, I'd be shot. I don't have the, the bread to support a kid.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't have a kid right now.
Yeah, it'd be over. I'd be inside for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
like it would be done. But and there's a window where it's like we don't have like a biological clock like women do. Like you could have a kid when you're like 60. But there is a certain point where it's like
swimming.
Yeah. But there's a certain point where it's like you don't want to be like really old raising a young child. So I haven't really thought about it
because you want to be able to do stuff with them.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to. They want to go I don't know, parachuting, and you're just like, my heart can't take that. Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah. Or
hiking and you get winded after like 2 steps.
Facts.
Yeah, like I know with me, like I'm trying to have a family unit. Like I'm not saying like hella kids, but I'm saying like everybody under the same roof, like mom, dad. Because I didn't grow up with that like under the same roof, and so like that's what I want for my family. So I'm like, so when I have a kids, like it's gonna be like when like probably married and stuff like that. Like it's make sure we together.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, everyone part of like. It's like a nice respect thing. It's like respect, but then also, like you said, unit.
Yeah, family unit. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I call it.
But it's like nice. It's nice and respectful. Like you have someone. How do I put it?
I don't know.
No, it's not even respectful. It's just knowing that someone's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, not respect. It's more so about like comfortability.
I want to hear your thoughts on this, right? So
you're not gonna avoid this question. You want kids?
We already asked me this.
Oh yeah, we did.
He
kept saying, huh?
But if there was a biological clock, both genders, that you can't have kids after 35, do you think that would change the world, or everything will just run exactly how it is, the same?
I think it would run the same.
Black Mirror type question is this?
Just 35, because I was talking to someone about it. I'm like, if like both couldn't have kids past 35, I think that would change society. Just because, like, if you can't have kids at a certain point, you're like, damn, like, I need to have
I think more people will be comfortable about not having children.
Yeah.
Which can be good or bad, because it'll be good in the short or long term. It depends on if people are actually having kids or not. But we're overpopulated throughout the whole world, so we kind of need to not have as many children. I would say like everyone, if they have children, like don't go crazy and have like 6.
I'm not saying if it's right or wrong or anything
like
that.
No, I'm just saying like everything would just run the same. It's just that there'll be less people, which would cause less overpopulation. But then everyone would probably hopefully get paid more in wages.
But that's change.
Because there will be more houses available.
But that's change. My fault.
Yeah, it'll be change. But sorry.
I feel like it would definitely make the world like a much worse place if you said that like only because like like if 35 was a cutoff, the day you turn 35. People can be like, shit, I don't have a significant other. I'm 34. Like, let me get it going right now. I have a bunch of kids, many kids as I can, because as soon as I turn 35, it's done. Now you got 10 kids running around with parents that don't love them. They kind of just did it for the sake of doing it. You don't love your significant other because you did it for the sake of having a kid. So now you just have a bunch of like, not even like broken families because they weren't even families to begin with.
Yeah.
So I think that would definitely have a negative impact.
It would, but that's kind of what happens now, though. It's just that with women, it's like when's their problem? Is it 40? You can stretch it to?
It's like a general age gap. I don't even know.
Like it's kind of like that's kind of what happens now. Most women kind of feel like they need to find someone before, like they lose their looks. They put on more weight, all this stuff. So they'll settle down with somebody. Sometimes it's not even someone that they want to settle down with.
Yeah.
They just pick the best one that they probably think that they're gonna get, and then they start having children, and then poof, now you're in a shitty situation. So I do agree with that. It would like kind of like speed up that process a little bit more. It'll just be it'll be interesting to see.
Yo, I got a question. Cameron, I've seen it on your story. You should get music dropping on the 26th. You still got it dropping?
Yeah, so that's through Domenico's label. We have 2 little projects coming out. The one that's coming out on the 26th, so was that Friday? It's called Hot, like with an exclamation point. More like house, like clubby type stuff. Then I have another like small EP coming out after that, maybe like the following month. We actually don't have like a definitive date for it yet, but it's called Thanks to Zion, and that's more like hip hop, like lo-fi type stuff. Yeah, so definitely you know, give it a listen. You know, and I'm not sensitive either. Like, I don't ever want to be in a position where someone can't tell me my music isn't good. Like, if my music sucks, like I want my friends to be like, yo, this is terrible. But just tell me why it's terrible. Yeah. Don't just be like, this is ass, and then not tell me why. Like, I need to know where I could grow.
Constructive criticism?
Yeah. I kind of don't like when I send music to a bunch of different people and they're all like, it's fire. Everyone says it's good. It's good. It's good. Like, I know there's something that you don't like, or there's something that could be changed. So I'm always willing. And if I don't agree, I don't agree. But like, I still want to hear people's feedback.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Nah, sometimes I be wondering that, like, some people to be like, oh, it's trash. You gotta have your haters. If you don't got your haters, you know you ain't make it yet.
Right.
So you're doing something wrong if you don't got no haters. Yeah, that's how I feel. Cause I already got my biggest hater.
Who?
Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
He's my biggest hater, yo. Like, he really is.
Yeah, but Marcus is like Marcus is like he's gonna keep hating on you. Just cause. I don't care, but bro, who's that? It's one of my friends, but he's just doing it just cause it's Naeem. Like, he's like, cause he knows
like
Naeem.
Gaming friend.
Yeah, cause he knows Naeem. He's always just gonna be like, nah, this is ass. Nah, this is ass. You know what I mean? Like,
he never met me in life.
Yeah,
he hating from afar.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta have him on the show.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
How do you handle advice, like, with everybody suggesting things like, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that, and like, I understand that like some of them might be good advice that could help you, but at the same time, you could be like, oh, you don't know what you like. You're not in music, so you wouldn't understand. Like, how do you go about taking advice?
Well, I'll never be like, oh, like, this person can't give me advice because they don't know anything about music. Because at the end of the day, that's the consumer. So, like, people that, like, we was talking about Bad Bunny before. Yeah. Like, people aren't involved in the production. They don't know, you know, what goes on behind the scenes, but it's like they listen to it and they like it. So I feel like, you know, as a casual listener, or if you're like an avid fan, like, you're allowed to put your input in, and that's just as valid as anyone else's. It's just whether or not, you know, the artist chooses to take that into consideration. But no, I almost wish I did get more criticism. That's why, like, I'm grateful to have guys in my, you know, my circle like Dom, who, like, I'll send him something and he's like, you know, maybe we can add this to it, or maybe like take this out because it sounds too repetitive, or like, you know, try to chop this up a little bit more because I've heard this sample before, like, make it more yours, reverse it here, like, pitch this up. So I don't know, I almost like the criticism more than I like the little praise that I do get every once in a while. You know,
open about it. That's good.
As long as you're good at like taking like criticism too, like especially like say constructive criticism too. But some I know some people, like, you might give them like a tip or something like that, and they're like, they might get like mad, like, oh, like, you don't really know, like, you don't know this genre or whatever, like, you don't know what you're doing actually. And some people take it the wrong way, like, nah, like, I think like maybe do that. It's nothing like crazy, like it's like your feedback. Like we welcome all feedback on this podcast. I tell people all the time, like, y'all can give us feedback, and then like we'll take it and use it. Like, it's nothing crazy. Like, as long as you're good at like taking feedback, and that's how you. Like,
that's how you grow. You know, because some people, like, there are people that hate, like, what's his Marcus, yeah. But then there's also some people that's like, they do want to see you do better, and they don't feel the need to hold their tongue, which is I respect a lot.
Yeah, yeah. People, but yeah, no, Marcus though, like, what is with y'all? Like, y'all hate each other?
Bro, he really is my hit, bro. You were in the group chat, but you see what he said to me in the group chat. Yeah, bro, that was some hating ass shit, bro. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. He had said something like, it was like he had said something like, oh, you're on YouTube or never. Like, it was random as hell. Like, it was just mad random. Like, oh, you're YouTube.
Yo, it was evil.
Never be big on YouTube. Like, it was random as hell. Like, and they just left the group chat. Like,
nah, that's crazy. He just came in just to say that.
He was in the group chat. He was in the group chat, and then,
that's
like,
crazy.
And it said, like, we was having a conversation about something, and he just said that shit, and then just left the group chat after. Like, it was like some like, bro, like,
that sounds funny. I would have been crying if I was in that group chat.
Whose friend is that?
That's crazy. So we met him. I met him first back on MW3. So back when I was like 14.
What was that?
Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, okay.
Like the COD game. So I was like 14 at the time, and he was 11.
Oh, this is like an online.
This is an online friend. Yeah. And then that's when he started like getting into our friend group, and then I think he met you after.
Yeah. In person.
No, all on the game.
I never met him in person.
Never met him in person.
That's funny.
Like,
you know what he looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Dahlia. You remember Dahlia?
Yeah.
Like, Dahlia knew him back when we played Xbox with actually Domenico.
Okay.
Domenico might remember him. I don't know.
Okay. Word.
But like he knows some people in Morristown. It's just that no one knows what he looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know, right? The reason why I can tell you why he don't like me, because I used to lock him up in 2K. Like, we used to have our 3v3s, and bro, I used to be clamping him, and I used to give him buckets too, and that's really all. Like he couldn't. He hated it.
Nah, there had to be shit talking alongside with
you
that.
know I'm a shit talker.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a shit
know.
talker. And so he hated that.
Yeah.
We were like we played 2K a lot, and so we were playing like Park, and so we had this like East Coast versus West Coast thing. So like there was like 3 of them who from like 2 of them from California, 1 from Oregon, and then or Washington. He was from Washington.
Yeah.
And then
Jordan.
Yeah, he was in Washington. Yeah, and then so those 3 of us all lived in Jersey, so we did like this 3v3 in the park. And so we did like 7 series of 7 games.
Oh, I remember that. Y'all was going crazy in the mic.
It was during the summer. It was like during like around COVID time too. And so they went up on us. They won 3 series and we won 1, and me came back like the cash. And like they still be trying to deny it, but like I have all on my YouTube channel. I'm like, y'all can just go check and see how y'all lost, bro. Like it was crazy. And so, but like I know his hate grew definitely from there. We were guarding each other. So it definitely grew there, but
I say they both had their moments. Like
I never said anything like that to Marcus.
Nah, I know you be. I know, like you be getting
each
like,
other.
yeah, you guys be like having like your little back and forth with each other sometimes. Yeah,
against each other.
Yeah, he has a channel
on Twitch.
Yeah. No, he has both, I think, but he does more Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't even know what is his Twitch? Money MOG. I can't remember.
Or maybe or monesthetic.
Because maybe he doesn't like the attention. Because I saw you posting on your story recently where like it was a video that had done like really well as far as like view counts were concerned. So maybe he's mad at the hype.
I posted him?
No, you posted like your progress on YouTube. I remember you posted it was like a graph, and it just like was steady going up.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah. We not giving free promo. We don't put his Twitch out there.
Yo, back to the label thing. Say as much as you can, but like you said that like you're part of the label. So when can you drop something that has to be like with Dominico, and then when can you drop things on your own, or can you just drop whatever whenever you want?
Yeah, like I have the liberty to do whatever I want. Like I'm not signed to, like there's a difference between being signed to a label and then like releasing music through the label.
Okay.
Like some artists are just like signed to a label. It's like you can't do anything independently. Like
You
whatever's written in the contract.
Yes,
like you drop on our terms, and here's our cut of your stuff. We're getting the majority share. We're like controlling where your music is distributed. That's not like my relationship with his label. It's like, hey, can I put this out to your label? He's like, cool. Well, I'm like, do you even like it to begin with? He's like, cool, yeah, I like it. His manager likes it. Send it to their friends. They give me a little bit of like criticism, if any, and then make little tweaks, and then we write the contract up, because it's more than just me involved in it. Because Dom's really good at like mixing and mastering audio, which I'm not good at myself. That takes like serious like schooling. Like that's not something you can really just learn by yourself to be as like good as he is. So I need him as far as like the best form of audio is concerned. So he does that. He obviously gets a cut, sign a little contract, and then it's good to go. So, but as far as independent stuff is concerned, I'm not signed to that label, so I can just do whatever I want, whenever.
Also, the label doesn't pay you for the music put out.
No. They're solely for like getting my music out there. Like anytime I release music independently, that does not do well. Like play wise, it's just I like having it out independently.
Yeah.
But when I release through him, that's when I start to like see my numbers go up.
Yeah. Start getting that money.
Yeah.
That's how you got that right here.
Yeah.
You walked in looking shiny. Yeah.
No, I appreciate it.
I was like, oh shit.
Hey, don't get it snatched now.
No, I was gonna say, but like anything if you go on like, I don't know, what do you guys use? Spotify?
I use that for music.
Okay. But yeah, I was gonna say anything that because you could like look at plays on Spotify. Like anything that has a lot of plays, that's like solely through his label, because they have like the outreach capabilities that I don't. So
okay.
Wait, with Spotify, like, you said started doing this, so you won't get your wrapped until like the end of the year, maybe, right?
No, yeah, I don't think.
I don't know how we'll get our wrapped up. Actually, I know they do for podcasts.
Oh, they do it for podcasts too.
Yeah, but I don't know how we get it though.
Get what?
Spotify wrapped up.
Oh, you know what you guys have to.
Spotify wrapped up.
You guys have the artist app, the Spotify for Artists app.
No.
So there's an app that you can go on. I can't even show you now, but it's like, I don't know if it's the same for podcasts, but it's called Spotify for Artists or Apple Music for Artists. And you can go in and click in, and you can look at like your metrics in real time, like who's listening to the podcast right now, like what's your top countries, and it shows you like how you're trending and whatnot. Okay. So I think if you go in and like claim your account that way, that's when you can have access to all that stuff.
That's tough.
Because the way we look at our numbers is well, I know YouTube always has its own numbers, but we use a broadcast street like. We had to upload our podcast to like this other platform website, and it automatically like distributes to like Apple Podcast, Spotify. And so they usually show us our numbers on there. But I don't know, like, but it has nothing to do with like the Spotify wrapped up. So I don't know how. Like, I gotta find out how we actually get that. So we can like by the end of the year we could like look at our numbers on Spotify and stuff like that. Like what countries that people listen to. Even though.
What's the Spotify wrapped up though?
You're not on Spotify, dude. That's why you don't know that that is.
I have Spotify, but I just listen. I don't know what that is.
No, it's like so at the end of the year, like I think in December they do it, right?
Oh, showing you what you listen to.
Yeah, top 5 artists. You know how many times you played this one song.
Okay.
The artist also like if you're like a rapper or singer, you get like your numbers too, like how many people stuff like that.
Okay.
And so like I know they do that for podcasts too, but
yeah.
I don't know how you see it.
I think they'll probably just send that later, right?
You could use the same app that I use. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And I'll show y'all
because we're not directly signed up with Spotify, so that's why like I wouldn't know. So I gotta find out.
Okay.
Yeah, but like neither am I though. Like I use if I'm not going through Dom, I use a distributor too.
Yeah, that's it.
Because you can't. I think Spotify would just get way too flooded, and like it helps like with like content control as far as like sample clearances. Like you have to go through like some type of distributor. You can't just be like okay, Spotify.
Yeah.
Like, they need to get it approved through here, like a third party, and then
and then it goes out.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, we gotta see that app then.
Yeah. No, I got you guys.
Word.
You want to get to the end show questions, Jahmar? Or you got anything else to say before we get to them?
Oh, the cheating thing.
Well, I mean, I was asking because I know you had one question usually that you want to ask. I didn't know if you still want to ask that or not.
All right.
Could you ask Dante that? You remember the question?
Right now.
Oh fuck! It was a. Oh, okay. I know what it was. So we always ask all of our guests like these answer questions. So I know Jahmar, your question. I remember that it was: would you rather get cheated on by your girl with your man's, right?
Yeah, the closest person to you.
Closest person to you, or catch a STD by
like she cheat with someone random.
Yeah, those are the two options.
Come back with a STD.
Oh, I'd rather have her just wait. Can I? Is this like a permanent one?
What do you mean?
Like the STD.
Some of them, I guess you could just remedy with like medication
well,
quickly.
You probably think like a STI, STD, like that's like HIV.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's other two that are just like you can get rid of it pretty quickly.
To be honest, I wouldn't know.
But no, I guess to answer that question, I'd rather have it be with like my friend than get the disease. What about y'all?
Oh, I'm not catching no STD.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to.
I'm not catching that.
That's out. That's not an option.
Yeah,
that's tough.
It's an L either way, but it's just what's the lesser of 2 L's.
Yeah, but I'm not. You
don't want to carry it on for the rest of your life.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I mean, cause like if your girl called the STD and she gave it to you, that means she already cheating. So like
facts.
So if you cheat on me, I'd rather not catch anything by you.
Facts.
Who came up with that question?
Jahmar. I don't know where he got it.
I'd be bored at work. I'd be coming up.
Okay, but these are my questions. This is what I came up with. So, all right, first one. Would you snitch on your man's or cheat on your girl?
Oh, damn. Snitch on him. It's like he's cheating on his girl.
No, like snitch on him. Like if you're like in a situation with the police, and so like the police telling you like, oh, you're gonna go away for this amount of time. But like usually when cops say that, they talking to people who don't know their rights and stuff like that.
They lying.
Yeah. But they're like, they're like, you're gonna face this much time, like 10 years, 20 years, or you can just give us this information and about your friend.
So it's like I'd rather put my friend away for like a decade or just cheat on my girl.
Potentially put him away.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I mean, you gotta go through the system anyway.
I almost can't even answer. Well, because like when I think about it, like if I put my friend away for something that he did or didn't do, like regardless,
he did. Y'all both did it.
Oh, but I'm snitching.
Oh, it's y'all both did it.
I mean, if you
we never really went into specifics about it.
Yeah,
it was just like
your friend the same questions, bro, telling him the same thing.
Okay.
Damn, it's like my friends wouldn't snitch, and I just feel like if I did something, but it's like I also deserve to go down too. Like if I snitch, am I absolved of the crime? Like just he has to deal with the punishment.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways of snitching what people consider snitching. Like sometimes it could be like I mean, I think that brought an example last time, like where it could be like
petty crimes.
Yeah, petty crimes, something like that. Say like your friend stole for something, and the cops is asking you questions, stuff like that. But like you could tell, like, oh, he did it, or
I guess there's so many like different like factors. Like it depends on how much like time he's getting put away for. Like if he's getting put away for like years, then it's like okay, I gotta just cheat because I don't want to put my friend away for a year, especially if if I'm responsible too. Like if I hold some weight in there. So, but I want to hear yelling because y'all got girl. You have a girl?
Nah.
The thing is like we didn't get into like it was both of us like we're both committing the crime.
Yeah.
We didn't. I don't think that we didn't get into that.
I think we
that
did
was
with Sakai. You weren't. I don't know if we.
It might have been.
There's
With,
a lot of situations.
Yeah.
That can be considered snitching.
Mm-hmm. The one that I answered though was if like he committed a crime and the police are asking me like, hey, do you know if he did this or not?
But you didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, that's a little different.
Yeah. Or cheat, and I said if it's a petty crime, you know, then I'm probably gonna be like cheat on my girl. But if it's like he murdered somebody, I don't care how close we are. Like if it was Jahmar and Naeem, I'm telling. Yeah. I'm like, nah, you put him away. He wildin'. You know what I mean? I'm not. Like I said, I don't rep nothing.
Yeah.
I don't rep. Yeah.
Civilians over here.
Yeah. I don't rep no hood. I bang for no gang. Pause.
I've never heard that.
I'm not gonna be like, nah, he didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he killed like 2 people. I'm good off of that.
Yeah.
You know.
I was snitching. I don't know. I couldn't cheat on my girl.
Well, I mean, like if I'm involved in the crime too, and I'm about to put my boy away for like a decade, and like I'm just not, I can't live with that guilt knowing I did something too.
Facts.
And like I'm like, you can't get those 10 years back. You know, like time is like one of the only things you can't get back. You can always make your money back, you know, but you can't get, you know, any time back. So
it could be like the Bobby Smurda thing because the time was split between them, right?
Yeah.
You could have had 5 years, or and the rest of them did 12, or they all could have got 7.
Yeah, so there you go. Like it could be like the Bobby Smurda thing where you guys just like bite the bullet and say fuck it, but everyone has to be solid.
I was gonna say you have to like run under the assumption that like you know you guys don't have different it's like game
stories,
theory, you know?
Because if you say one thing, because I would already get fucked up because I said I would hope Jahmar wouldn't say anything, and then apparently Jahmar said that he would because I wasn't there on that answer.
So answer it then.
Oh, you didn't answer that question.
No, I never did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what'd you do?
I was about to clean get away with it too. Like it would have been like 4 or 5 episodes straight. I think it really is like a case by case basis. Like if I'm involved with the crime, then yeah. But if I didn't have anything to do with it, then like that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I have a guilty conscience as well. But at the same time, like I wouldn't be like out here robbing people and then being like, oh yeah, he robbed him. I was there too, but he did it. I can tell you everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my position on it. But it made me think of another question actually. If you could, you have to commit the crime, but after you commit the crime, it would never be committed again.
Oh, you like that? Wait, was that the snowfall one?
No.
I didn't know. He's not gonna.
No.
Go ahead. What you say again?
So if you like commit a crime,
right?
No one else can ever commit that same crime. So like if you murder someone, then like no one else will ever murder again. What crime would you commit?
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
If you have just
one crime.
And no one could commit
that crime. If you could take all murder away from the earth, that would be kind of that's kind of that's a good. I mean, that's a good one.
But that means you would have to kill someone.
But but wouldn't you go to jail for it too? Well, if you're caught.
You didn't say that.
Y'all just dissecting my
because if it's like a clean like murder, no one knows. It's like,
but you just
might have to do it. Yeah, it's like the needs of the many outweigh the few or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. You know.
Let's say you do half of the time it is. So like I don't know what it is for murder, but let's just say it's like.
Is that like a life sentence?
To be honest,
life sentence would be half.
So there's some crimes that are like, damn, I would never do. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't do any crime. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't do any crime. But you saying any crime? Yeah. There's definitely some heinous crimes out there, but like, I'm just gonna say rob a bank, like, because I don't want to do any of the other stuff. That's not my character. I'm sorry. I'll just have to say like rob a bank.
But how many people actually do rob a bank though?
Exactly. But you know the other crimes there are.
Oh no, I know that. But
petty. Oh, it could be like stealing then. So you said robbing a bank.
But is that on any degree? Like if you steal somebody's purse versus robbing a bank, is that like
okay? Like I'm talking about like Law and Order type shit, bro. Like there's those type of crimes, but I could not do that. I couldn't do that. I mean, I couldn't kill a person either.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying robbing a bank, bro. Because like you're not gonna do that much time compared to other stuff, especially like that. True. I mean, I'm not like messing up nobody's life, really.
True. True.
What about you guys?
Can I?
Oh, were you gonna say? How did you go?
I was gonna say, can I commit euthanasia to somebody that wants to die? Would that count? Somebody. Yeah, but would that count though? That's someone who really
doing a crime. That's not really a crime.
Fine. Can I commit euthanasia in a state that's not illegal? That's technically killing somebody. It's not illegal killing. So it's like it's killing somebody, but it's someone who wants to die. Like I don't know. You're gonna have to get back to me. Go ahead.
I guess I'm kind of on the same boat as him. Like, I would just pick like a smaller scale crime because like I'm not gonna be the one that takes it for the team. The one person that does, that's great though. If you kill somebody, then the world is
a better place,
free of murder. But I'm not gonna be the person to have that on their conscience. So I would just choose something stupid.
It is a lot to have on your conscience.
Yeah,
I have like nightmares about that shit. Wake up in the middle of light sweating.
Especially when you're not that type of person. Like,
that
shit would definitely haunt you.
That's facts.
I got one. Lie under oath.
What?
You would do it so that no one else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would save a lot of brothers.
Lying under oath.
Yeah.
So now no one can lie under oath.
Yeah.
What? Perjury? That's what it's called, perjury, right?
I don't know.
Well,
like,
yes.
I think like, yeah, he did this. Like, I didn't even want to. I'm like,
that's a good one.
Say that no more.
Yeah.
One, yeah.
I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword. Because if someone, like, let's say someone did do it. I mean, but like if they, if they did do it, then it's like, you know, now they have to go to jail because no one's gonna lie under the stand. You know, I don't know. It's like a good and a bad. You
also get away with it like by like not just avoiding the question, kind of just being like, it's like I didn't see anybody go in there, or it's like, oh, I didn't rob the bank. It's like I just drove away, but like I didn't do it, or you know what I mean? Like,
if you're doing the lie under oath, so no one else does it anymore. So that means like everyone else will be technically snitching.
That's what, but that'll change everything.
But it wouldn't change murder. Cause it's now if everybody's snitching, you know, people out there definitely ain't gonna go after you, especially like certain types of cases.
But like that's a lot more people. Like they're gonna like.
To be honest, I think that would definitely make the situation way worse.
I'll think about that.
You really think about that? I think that would make the situation way worse.
Everybody would hate me too.
Murder would definitely rise, bro. Shit, they might come after you after doing that.
But that'll be tough.
Right,
I'm really thinking about that murder one though.
Oh, you never answered. I forgot.
I think I would do that.
You would murder somebody?
You kill somebody?
I think I would have to.
Okay.
I wouldn't have to. No one's like putting a gun to my head.
You said it.
But
you said it. You would have to. You said it. You said it. Y'all hear this, right?
I think I'll have to kill somebody. Just damn, that's deep though. But I'll have to. A murder-free world. That's a good ass world to live in. Like you don't got to worry about nothing when you walk outside. I mean, like you could worry about like maybe get into a fight or something like that, but at least you're not have to watch your back about getting killed, stabbed in the back, some shit like that.
That could also lead to like torturing and stuff. That's way worse.
Torturing?
Yes.
What?
Like if you can't kill someone, yes,
yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah,
I agree.
Like if you can't kill someone, then you just torture them to get what you want. That's terrible.
True.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah.
No,
you done?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask my next question. I was just making sure you was all wrapped up.
Nah. Whoa, word.
All right. So next question: would you date a girl who is a sex worker? Porn star, OnlyFans, anything that falls into that.
Feet pics.
Former or like while we're dating?
We definitely asked like everybody like what like if it would be a former or during, but a former.
No, I'm not because I have anything against anyone who does that. Like, get your bag any way you can. Like, I don't. People that disrespect sex workers, it's like you still hustling at the end of the day. So you're working hard, and a lot of these sex workers are trying to provide for their family. So, 100% respect to them, but that's just not going to be conducive to like a healthy relationship with me. Only because it's like you've kind of like been on display for the world, and like there's certain things that should be intimate.
What if her face was not shown?
Yeah. Like, but she told you about it though.
Or she did, or she just
was
did
anonymous basically, but she told you.
Or she just did feet pics, ass pics.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Whatever. I mean,
about that.
Like no one knew who she was. Like she could walk out on the street and like they're not gonna be like, oh look, that's Tiana Trump.
Who that?
Porn star. Okay. Sexy as fuck. Continue.
Yo, I'm gonna see how long now you're gonna keep this up, bro. I really want to see you gonna slip on one day, bro. Ain't no way.
But I mean, I have nothing against. Like, I don't judge anyone that does it, but I think I'd have to say no.
Yeah,
so no anonymous, no nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're kind of the same thing. Like, it's just not for me. Like, that's just. I'm sorry. Like, especially like a porn star and definitely getting dogged down by somebody else. Like. That definitely will be on my mind, bro. Like that would be on my mind. Like,
I said I'm not confident in myself enough for that.
I get that.
What comes with it
because of the receipts are there. What if y'all did it together? Like if she offered, like, hey, we should do OnlyFans together.
Hell no.
Nah.
I'm not about to be on. Nah, I have way too many. Like I got a huge family.
Yeah.
Like there's
too many people like might know.
Yeah.
Even if he was down bad broke, not $1 to your name.
Even then, you can't guarantee you'll make money.
That's
and
true.
It's 6 degrees of separation. Like one person sees that knows somebody, then all of a sudden, like, you know,
it can mess up. Like doing stuff like that could mess up like future. If you want to get into a different field of work, that can mess up opportunities because some people don't think the same as like sex workers. Like, oh, like
it's true. But there's a lot of sex workers getting like put on to a lot of different, not even podcasts. I guess you can call them podcasts, but like Bar Stools has this one girl on it for a podcast, and she does OnlyFans.
Well, they do. Definitely like on No Jumper, that podcast. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen that with that white guy named Adam 22?
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, he definitely bringing on like porn stars and like.
Yeah. And then there's even like these two guys where it's like they have the city in the background. I think it's just like a green screen, but it's like the city in the background. It's like the night lights and everything. It's like two black gentlemen, and like they always bring on like some sex workers or like a bunch of girls. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So like they'll bring them on and like ask some questions, shit like that. But I don't know. I feel like I would.
That's
If my back was against the wall, I think I would. You know what I mean?
Respect. That's a honest answer.
Yeah.
I know some dudes out there, but I know me.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's like anyway.
Like I would never like. It's no disrespect. Like get your back however you can. But like you know, like you said, it's just certain things are for certain people.
That's what you doing. Like if you don't get your back, just won't be with me though. Like,
yeah.
Shit. I hope it wouldn't be with you. That'd be crazy. What? I said if my back was against the wall, I would do it. And then you said if that's how you get your bag
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about that. Nah, I didn't care what you said. You know, sometimes. Okay. Last question. What's the worst time you ever got dubbed?
Ooh. Never like a direct, because I've never been the type of guy, like, rarely do I like, actually, I don't think I've ever actually like slid in a DM, only because I'm just like, everybody else is doing that already. So it's like, how can you differentiate yourself, you know? So like, I guess definitely freshman year in person. I don't have like a specific moment, but like, I feel like that's definitely everyone's like worst year, because like,
of college?
You know, we all dusty looking, like coming out of high school. No,
freshman
high school? No, of college. Yeah.
Okay.
You come out of high school, like you're still kind of like a kid. Because college is where you become like an adult. Like that maturation process is like really quick.
You start learning more about the world and shit.
Yeah, so I'll definitely say I can't think like a concrete moment off top, but I know I probably had some cringy moments freshman year of college where it's like, okay, you kind of got to figure out like, you know, how to talk like to another adult. It's not just like high school shit. So
you need some type of game.
Yeah. You know, you gotta take some L's just to learn. But I would definitely say freshman year. I'll think of a specific example.
Okay.
But, I gotta.
No, because Jahmar's was actually crazy. You heard Jahmar's, right?
No, what happened?
Back in high school.
This was back when like Snapchat was a big thing.
Yeah.
And I Snapchat someone. I was like, "Yo, you want to start a streak?" And she just opened it. I'm like, "All right, that's it." Like.
Yeah.
Then the next Monday, because that happened like a Friday, like Monday or Tuesday, I'm walking back to my car after school. She pulls up in like a car of her and her friends, and one of the friends, like we had a mutual friend, she goes out like, "Yo, Jahmar, you want to start a streak?" And the whole car started dying, and then like I was with Devontae, he like, "All right, Jahmar, see you there, hi." And I'm like, "Bro, just keep walking, bro."
Like, bro, I never had some shit like that, but that shit was funny as hell, bro.
That was in high school?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Hey, that's a learning lesson though. You know.
Speaking of the cringiest moments, I got one. This is back freshman year. I was in the library and I saw this girl. I was like, damn, I'm about to go up and talk to her, and like, you know, like I'm in college now. It's time to like make some moves. So I remember sitting there nervous. I sat there for a good like 40 minutes thinking about what to say, and I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up and introduce myself. I'm like, "Oh, what you working on?" And like, "What's your major?" And then blah blah blah, and just go along with it. I get there, I introduce myself, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." And we sit there for a good like 7 seconds, and 7 seconds is not long, but in the moment it's just mad long. And I'm just in there, I'm like, "Oh fuck, I gotta say something." I'm like, "Oh, I think you're cute. Can I have your like Snapchat number?" Yeah, and I was like, "I gotta wrap it up." She's like, "Oh no, I got a boyfriend." Like, I think the boyfriend thing is like a go-to excuse, but I was like, damn. But after that, I was like, "Yo, this is not that bad." And like, Another lesson to learn and shit like that. But
that Persona must have been crazy, bro.
It was.
That shit for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And it's mad quiet in there too. It was bad.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I've never been like, I don't know. I'm like way better at doing things like in person than like, via. I don't want nowhere where there could be like receipts and shit. Yeah. Like the snap, like the fucking street shit. Yeah, like someone screenshot you. Like I've never been that bold to do some shit like that.
Oh, no, I don't care. I don't delete my messages.
You don't?
No, if I said something and they answer, I don't care.
I wouldn't either. Like if it's out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
But like I'm just apprehensive about doing it to even begin with.
Yeah.
Just because like I don't want that like shame.
I don't want that to happen.
What about you?
Well, what?
You got a bad dub story?
Oh no, don't ask him.
Yeah.
He be going on like.
Oh no, mine was with this girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but it was with this girl, and I was trying to talk to her for a little bit, and I asked her one day. I was just like, "Hey, like, you want to go on a date?" And she said to me, she was just like, "Wait, you're Lopez's friend, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm talking to him, so that's gonna be a no." And I was like, "Damn, really? You serious?" And then I texted Lopez that same day. Cause I texted Lopez that same day. I'm just like, "Yo, bro, like, are you texting this girl?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm texting her. Yeah, I'm talking to her. My fault." And that was probably one of the worst dubs that I ever had before.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I've had a couple of bad dubs, but like, I don't want to go too in detail with like those other ones. Those other ones a little too crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's you holding the podcast back. We trying to hear that. That's what we wanted to hear. You was holding the podcast back. As long as it wasn't like a 5-minute story, like you like.
Then we not gonna talk about it.
What about you?
Mine wasn't like nothing crazy, bro. It really was it was like this one time I swiped up on this girl's story, like she was posting, like how girls be posting pictures, like old pictures, like when they be on the go and shit like that, like that Drake line. And so I had swiped up, and I'm like, you should go again or go more, or something like that. And so she was like, yeah, and so I had said something like, shit, I like to go too, and so. And she just like never like responded, never answered, never opened. I know she got it, but
yeah.
And so but it was crazy. So like I said, like I don't do this anymore. Like I don't shoot again. Like at the same time, but it was years later. It had to be like a year or two later, or something like that. And so I was using like dating apps at one point, and so I was on like Tinder, and so I had seen her on there, and so she had to get her IG bio. So I'm like, all right, so she trying to have me message her on IG. So I messaged her, never answered. I'm like, all right,
yeah.
Like charged to the game, like it was like damn.
Yeah, that's not too bad. None of them are bad. Yours is just funny.
Yeah,
that's just funny as hell.
But you don't got a specific moment though.
Not really. Only just because like it's never in my nature to do that, just to avoid stuff like that happening. You know what I'm saying?
So you wasn't even doing it in high school.
Nah, I feel like I don't. I just feel like everyone I tried to talk, I wasn't even out here like that in high school. But like everyone I did try to talk to, for the most part, it worked out. So I never had no stories. I was like, oh damn, that was a fucking L. Definitely had some cringy interactions, but like, never had like a story where I'm like, that was fucking traumatizing, or like, never doing that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure if I like would have been sliding more on people's and like in DMs and stuff, yeah, probably gonna dub. I was a goofy looking kid, but nah.
You'd be lying. I know people got stories. I know some people be scared to tell their story.
I'm really trying to think, but like I don't, only because I've never, it's just never been in my nature to like, I'm like.
So you shooting 100?
All right, so this isn't like a dub, but it definitely is like a cringy ass moment, and like we just not gonna mention no names, but one time in high school, this girl snapped me a picture, like obviously like kind of like a thirst trap, but at the time I'm like, yo, she's like way above like kind of like the zone that I operate in. So I responded, I was like, oh, I think that wasn't for me, and then I sent it back to her, and then she was like, nah, it was, and I was like, oh shit. And then I tried to recover, but then she didn't respond. So that was definitely the biggest L I ever took.
She felt like you.
That shit.
She felt like you dubbed her.
That was just, that's cringy. Like to this day, that makes me cringe. But other than that, like nothing. But that's definitely the worst story. Yeah.
Anything else I gotta say?
Nah.
Good. Well, thank you for coming on, Rookie.
Thank you,
Ricky. Nah, but we'll definitely make sure we have your links and stuff so everybody can tune into your music. You said what's the name of your project dropping this Friday? You said
26 is called Hot, like HOT, with an exclamation point, and then Thanks to Zion will probably come out sometime like October or early November.
Word.
So yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming on.
So everybody, make sure y'all go follow Ricky on Instagram and are you just on Instagram mostly?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna do the TikTok and stuff eventually, but Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, like whatever platform you use, I'm probably there.
Yeah. So all the links will be in the description. So you guys make sure you click all the links in the description to find Ricky. For all of our audio listeners, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. All of our YouTube viewers, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Leave something in the comments. Something. Let us know who's the leader of the friend group. And as for everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, it's the D&D podcast. Signing off.
Peace.